Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at some cutting-edge AI research.
Ooh, exciting.
It is. We're diving into a paper called Magma, a foundation model for multimodal AI agents.
Catchy title.
It is, right. But this paper, well, it's kind of a blueprint for like a whole new type of AI.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What kind of AI are we talking about?
Well, think about AI that can understand and interact with the world, kind of like we do, not just, process information.
So like more than just a chatbot that can write haikus.
Way more, way more. We're talking AI that can bridge that gap between the digital world and, well, the real physical world.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty big deal. So what makes this Magma thing so special?
Well, it's what they call a multimodal AI. So it's
Yeah.
not just processing one type of information like text. It can handle images, videos, all sorts of stuff.
Multimodal. Okay, that makes sense. But how does that actually work? I mean, how does it combine all those different inputs?
That's the really cool part. So picture this. You're looking at your phone,
Right.
right? And you want to, I don't know, turn up the volume.
Yeah, happens to me all the time.
Right. But you can't find the button. So you show Magma a picture of your screen, and it understands what you want.
No way.
Yeah. It finds that volume button and tells you exactly where to tap.
That's incredible. It's almost like having a personal assistant that can actually see what you see.
Exactly. And it's not just about understanding what you need. This AI can actually follow instructions that combine, like language and visual cues.
Give me an example.
Okay. Imagine you're showing Magma a video of a robot arm, right?
Got it.
And you tell it, move the arm to the left.
Mm.
Magma can not only understand that command, but it can also analyze the video to figure out how to actually make that movement happen.
Wow. So it's not just recognizing objects, it's figuring out how to interact with them based on what it sees.
You got it. It's learning from visual information and applying it, which is pretty groundbreaking, I'd say.
Definitely next level stuff. But how does it actually learn all of this? Is there something special about the way Magma is trained?
Well, the paper mentions a couple of key innovations. One is called set of mark, or SOM for short.
Okay, set of mark. What's that all about?
Think of it like, teaching a child to click the right buttons on a website. You might highlight those buttons to help them learn, right?
Right.
Well, SOM does something similar for Magma. It helps it identify and label those important elements in an image.
So it's not just seeing a jumble of pixels, it's understanding which parts of the image are actually important for taking action.
Exactly. And then there's another innovation called trace of mark, or TOM.
Okay, trace of mark. Another catchy name.
I know, right? So imagine you're watching like a video of someone throwing a ball.
Okay.
You naturally track the ball's movement to, predict where it will land.
Right, like instinctively.
Exactly. Well, TOM allows Magma to do the same thing. It can track those marked objects across different video frames.
So it's learning about movement, how things change over time, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It gives it a sense of how those actions play out, like a sense of time.
That's amazing. So Magma's not just recognizing objects, it's understanding their movements and the flow of events.
You got it. And that's what allows it to plan these complex actions in both digital and physical environments. Like the paper talks about how Magma can actually push a chip bag across a table.
What, like a real chip bag?
A real chip bag, or, install an app on your phone, all while navigating those digital and physical obstacles.
Wait, hold on. Those tasks might seem simple to us, as humans, but for an AI, that's huge.
It is. And that ability to plan and execute those tasks, well, that's pointing to a future where AI can really interact with our world, on a whole other level.
Okay, now I'm really starting to see the potential here. This is way beyond just, automating simple tasks. This is about AI becoming more like a partner, right?
Right. It's like a whole new way of thinking about how AI can work with us and, help us in our everyday lives.
I'm definitely hooked. I can't wait to hear more.
I mean, think about it. How many times have you been frustrated with, a website or a complicated app?
Oh, all the time.
Right. But, imagine, what if you could just tell Magma what you needed? Find me baby shoes under $20 with 5-star reviews.
And it was just like, do it.
Exactly. Understand what you want, navigate the whole shopping website, apply all those filters, and boom, the results you're looking for.
So it's not just about, understanding the words. It's about understanding, what you actually want to do.
Right. Having an AI that can actually shop for you.
That's a good way to put it.
And it's not just shopping. The paper talks about Magma being able to, install apps, lock your phone screen, even compose emails, all based on what you tell it.
Wow. That's pretty powerful stuff.
It is, right? It's like Magma could be like this indispensable tool for anyone who uses technology, which is, well, pretty much everyone these days.
True, true.
But what about beyond, the digital world? Like, do you think this spatial and temporal understanding could be applied to, like, real-world tasks?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the paper gives this example of Magma peeling potatoes.
Peeling potatoes.
Yeah, peeling potatoes. In, like, a simulated environment, of course.
Okay.
But the point is, it can analyze the shape of the potato, like where the peeler is, and actually execute all these movements to peel it properly.
That's wild. So we're not just talking about robots moving stuff around. They're actually understanding how to interact with, like, real objects.
Exactly. And that kind of dexterity, that understanding, it opens up a ton of possibilities for, robotics. Like robots that could help with chores around the house.
Ooh, like a robot that can fold laundry. That'd be amazing.
Oh, I know, right? Or, robots that could work in healthcare, helping patients or assisting doctors.
Or even, like working alongside humans in factories or, construction sites.
Exactly. The potential it's really huge.
So we've talked about, like, the digital world, the physical world, but what about, like, time? Can this Magma AI actually grasp, the concept of time?
Oh, yeah. Its temporal understanding is really impressive. Like, it can watch videos and answer questions that require, an understanding of time passing.
You give me an example.
Sure. Let's say you show Magma a video and you ask, what date is this?
Okay.
It can actually analyze the video. Maybe there's a calendar on the wall or a date stamp on a document, and it can actually figure out the date.
Wow. That's like it's watching a movie and understanding the timeline, like we do.
Exactly. And that kind of temporal awareness, that's really important for, tasks that involve predicting future events based on past patterns.
So, like, could you have security cameras that not only detect suspicious activity, but also, like, predict potential threats?
Exactly. Based on, what's happened in the past, that kind of predictive power would be revolutionary for, well, all sorts of fields.
That's incredible. But with all these amazing capabilities, we also have to think about the potential downsides, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, as we develop these, like, really sophisticated AI systems, we need to be careful.
Yeah.
Think about their impact on society, make sure they're being used ethically.
We definitely need to make sure that AI benefits all of us, not just the select few.
Absolutely. I mean, AI is a tool, right? And like any tool, it can be used for good or for, not so good things.
It's up to us to, guide its development and make sure it's used responsibly.
Exactly. And that means having like open discussions involving researchers, policymakers, everyone, really.
To ensure that AI aligns with our values and, well, helps create a better future for all of us. It's really mind-blowing, It seems like we're moving from AI that just does specific things to AI that really understands and interacts with the world around it.
Yeah, it's a big shift, like moving from AI as a tool to AI as, almost like a partner.
Right. And thinking about Magma, how it plans things, understands images, even grasps the flow of time, it makes you wonder, like, what does this all mean in the bigger picture?
For sure. Like for the future of work. Yeah. If AI can do things we thought only humans could do, what does that mean for our jobs, our roles in society?
Right. Will it free us up to do more creative things? Or, will it lead to people losing jobs? These are questions we need to be thinking about now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like, when the car was invented, it totally changed everything, right?
Oh, yeah. Industries, how we live, everything.
Exactly. So maybe we're at a similar turning point with AI, with Magma.
It's a fascinating thought, for sure. But, like with a car, there will be challenges, safety, ethical concerns, people needing to adapt.
Oh, absolutely. We've got to be prepared for those challenges.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Magma, what's your biggest takeaway? What really stood out to you?
Well, for me, it's that spatial-temporal intelligence, like Magma understanding how objects relate to each other in space and time, and then using that to interact with the world. That's like totally groundbreaking.
It's almost like teaching AI to think more like us, right?
Yeah. Like considering not just what things are, but how they move, how they interact, how they change over time.
Exactly. It's not just building a bigger AI. It's building one that thinks in a new way, more like a human.
That's what makes it so exciting. It's a whole new way of thinking about AI.
Well, this deep dive has definitely given us a lot to think about. We've seen what Magma can do, the amazing technology behind it, and the huge potential it has, but also the challenges.
And this is just the beginning, right? AI is changing so fast. Who knows what's next?
Exactly. If this has sparked your curiosity, go explore. Learn more about multimodal AI. The future is, well, it's happening right now.
It is, and it's a future we all create together. So let's keep talking about these things, asking the hard questions and embracing the possibilities.
Beautifully said. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Magma. Thanks for joining us, and keep exploring, keep learning, and stay curious about the future of AI.